Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Let's Talk podcast. My name is Bokang Jiyane. And Bawana, today is a good day. Another day, another dola. Bona. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. If you don't know me, if I did not say it already, I'm Bokang Jiyane. And unfortunately, you might have seen that the boy has not been very consistent with the podcast as of late. But the reason for that, unfortunately, is because rebatla budget. Reshotaga budget. The past couple months, I won't lie, have been hectic in terms of doing the podcast. And obviously, if you've been following me, we're trying to go abroad for the World Championships. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, I've qualified. But that's the plan. And obviously, we're trying to save up. So we do need sponsors. But I'm not saying we're not going to post. We're going to post. We're going to make it happen. But if you have an uncle or an aunt or a dog that can just give R2, come through. The email is down below. Danko is thank you. But moving on swiftly, today we have,
oh my God,
superstar Helona, Superest. We've got us KP in the building.
Not us KP.
Boom, boom, boom.
Not us KP, please.
My sister.
How are you, sir?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm nervous, but good.
Nervous but good. Why are you nervous?
I don't know.
This is your lifestyle.
I know, but I'm normally on your side.
Okay.
Right? I'm not
this side.
Yeah.
Yeah. The roles have switched, my sister.
The roles have switched.
You're on the hot seat.
I'm on the hot seat.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
I'm glad. So obviously, we're gonna start with the icebreaker questions. Mm-hmm. So much to talk about. Mm-hmm. The first one is so that we get to know you. What is your favorite meal?
Ooh, my favorite meal. So I'm originally Venda. Right?
Okay.
And Venda people make pap in a different way. Venda people make mukhodu in a different way.
All right.
Right? That is my favorite meal. It's called buswa namaguru. That's my favorite meal. I can't make it.
Okay.
So when I have it, I really, really enjoy it.
So what's different from the traditional way of making it?
But like it's not the one that we have. It's not like mukhodu o kreang randomly,
okay,
or that's cooked by Tswana people.
Sure.
It's different. It's different.
And
I think those who know.
Oh, because I want to know, because like, is the pap, is it like...
The pap is soft.
Is it like Ndebele people, like mrat?
No. It's like soft pap. Like it's soft. You can even slice it. Well, we slice it at home, right? The mokhodu that I'm speaking about, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's different from what I usually know. And that is really my favorite meal. I don't have it a lot. I haven't had it in a while. But if I could have it every day, I would.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Mokhodu and pap.
Yeah. I'm a simple girl. Yeah. I don't need a lot.
Not a lot.
No.
Okay.
No.
And then what is the color of your toothbrush?
Pink.
How often do you actually change your toothbrush?
Listen, I'm not going to lie. Maybe like once or twice a year.
Really?
Yes, I changed it recently.
Yeah.
Maybe like once.
How good judge? Because I'm sure a lot of people do that.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna say, every 3 months. No,
yeah.
Once or twice a year, and I should do better because I don't think.
Yeah, but for once a year, your teeth are good.
Yeah.
As we have gaps and rachinchaba materi
No,
times a
getting
year.
braces. So okay. You understand?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Final question, my sisters. Why are you here?
Woo! Why am I here?
Why are you here?
That's a tricky question because I never know how to answer that question. But I think I'm here just to share the knowledge, man. Like to share whatever it is that I was able to learn on this journey of life and in my career. You know what I mean? I think we all have stories that deserve to be told and heard, and it's our responsibility to tell them. And that's why I'm here, man. I'm here to just let the people know so that people can experience me and people can learn, whatever it is that I have to give them. I think, that's why I'm here.
Okay. We're going to get into all of that and some more in a bit.
Yes.
But it's time for me to be selfish. My favorite part of the show. And it's called Poem of the Week.
All right.
So, funny enough, we're speaking about it before, right? And then you asked about the poem I shared with Sibu Mpanza. Yeah, what a poem, right?
Yes.
And recently, updates. So yeah, I asked the babes for a second date.
Yes.
And in me asking, I had written this poem. because I think I communicate better with my poetry. So if you're like, Bokang, please tell me how you feel, I'm going to tatazel. But if you say, write it down for me in a poem, bona,
Okay.
I'll give you essay. I'll give you a dissertation. Call me doctor.
Okay.
What's that?
Yes.
So I wrote this poem.
Is this before or after the second date?
The second date hasn't happened.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's still yet to happen.
Okay.
But she agreed. Flicks hair. And this is the poem I wrote just to give a context of how I was feeling about her. Yeah. It's untitled.
Okay.
And this is how it goes. I may have told you that I'm obsessive. If not, well, I am. And the past few weeks since we spoke, my mind has one too many scenarios of a life with you. For some reason, I want it to be true. From the moment you popped onto my screen on TikTok, I realized it was not my side. From the moment you popped on my screen on TikTok, I realized time was not on my side. So I slid into your DMs to ask what's up because of what a little birdie told me. So the page out the book I took, so your face I could face. To figure out the feelings, I call it a maze. I have talked about you every other day since, yes, every day. But that's because I was holding on to these fantasies. I think in my next life, I want to be Prince Charming and you Cinderella, or me Aladdin and you Jasmine, as long as we live happily ever after. You may not feel the same way, but my feelings for you, I will put on a tray. And I hope whatever you say, you will make my day. I just said that because it rhymed. But honestly, I just want to pursue you until you choose what to do. So I ask you to give me a chance to pursue. No pressure. For the little you have done, I will treasure. But I ask you to please do you. The poem is done, but I have to leave you with these words of Lord Anthony Bridgerton. I've loved you every day, every dance, every walk, every time we've been together, and every time we've been apart. You do not have to accept it. You do not have to embrace it or even allow it. Knowing you probably will not, but you must know it in your heart. For us, I know these words remain untrue, but like I said, for some reason, I want it to be true.
Bokang, take me. Like, at this point.
At this point,
at this point. Listen, what did she say? Did you send that to her?
Yeah, I did.
What did she say?
She said, oh, Bokang, your poem keeps making a girl smile or blush. Something like that. Yeah.
Is that all she said?
That's what she said.
No, she can't say that. I need you to say something. Aibo.
That's what she said. And then she obviously responded to my next text, which was me asking out to the second date.
And then she said yes.
Something like that.
Okay. No, but that was a beautiful poem. You know what? Because I'm a regular here on this channel.
Yebo.
You are a writer. You definitely are a writer.
Appreciate that.
And your follow-up is the one. So I really hope this girl doesn't play with you.
She wanna. Same. She must have set it down. Archomi, I can't give you what you want.
But
what a line.
We can, and maybe I have a friend who has a friend.
Yes. Squeeze it in, my sister.
Guys, squeeze Bokang in. That's it.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, we'll update you on how the date goes.
Please.
Yeah, that's the poem.
Yes, I think we must even start like a GoFundMe.
Honestly, because cost of living is high, dates are expensive, guys.
Yeah.
So please.
Yeah, I think we must start like a Bokang GoFundMe dates because we need to find Bokang the love of his life.
Yeah, and also like Mzansi Magic production companies. Let's make a show. Like,
okay, that's a bit crazy.
Find the one. I don't know what we'll call it something.
Like, they used to be Pastor Once a Wife.
Yeah.
But the Bokang Once a Wife. Yeah, you must actually be the Bachelor South Africa. Because no see Mr. South Africa. No look contestant. Yes. Guys, the Bachelor South Africa. I'm producing the show. I'm in it.
We're inside.
Yeah.
So if you want to join the bag, like, hit us up.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Oh, man. Kopano, appreciate you so much for pulling up. The chats we're going to chop, and obviously something you wanted to speak about that you mentioned was being quote unquote a big girl in the industry, right? And I want to know for you, because you're multifaceted. So firstly, I want us to tell you what you do in this industry,
oh my word,
and what you want to actually chop on specifically when it comes to that. Yeah.
So, guys, my name is Kopano Mashike. for those of you who don't know me, and I think a lot of people don't know me, so because I think it's special.
For now.
But for now. My name is Kopano Mashike. I am a trained actor. I'm a voiceover artist. I'm a radio presenter. I'm an MC. But I think I'm an all-round creative. You know what I mean? I write a lot of things. I've worked in the music side of the industry, but for now, I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Even me, I forgot now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's who you are, and then what does it mean for you to be a big girl in the industry?
Oh, being a big girl in the industry is tough, right? It's and also like you're dragging me because now you're putting me straight in the mud.
Yeah.
Straight in the mud.
You dive.
It's tough, and I think it's a conversation that we don't have a lot. It is a constant conversation that I have with those around me to say, why is there no representation, right? Why is the big woman who is an actor never the lead, right? And if she is the lead, it's very comedic, right? Like, why aren't we the girl that falls in love on screen? Because that's a reality. Why aren't we the girl that makes out with a guy on screen? You know, because that is a reality, right? Young confused at that thing. Young confused when you watch rom-coms and the big girl is the girl that likes the guy, but the guy likes the friend, you know? The big girl is the one that likes the guy, but she ends up being one of the guys because they don't find her attractive. I think representation is so important. And I don't understand why we don't see that in our stories. I don't get it.
I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Also, looking even into that, I think it's like you said, it's a story thing. I feel like we're holding on to past, if I can say, narratives or ways it's done. Because I think back in the day, that was how it was seen. Although I don't think it was representing life as it was. But I feel like now we can gauge that things have developed, man. Like big girls find love, big bros find love.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, they are the most times than not just they are the funniest people. Fact.
But isn't it because like there's also a bit of overcompensation? Like I can speak for myself, right?
Yeah.
Like I've never been a skinny girl, right?
Sure.
And I know a lot of people don't even consider me a big girl, but you have to overcompensate sometimes because you think people don't find you attractive because guys don't approach you. You know, you're always the one over hey, cops.
Please tell me.
Like tell Smang Mang Hore, you know, I'm feeling her. And I'm like, but I'm feeling you. So what does happen now? You know? Yeah. So it's an overcompensation. Like I know even like back at home and around the people that I've grew up around, libo auntie, libo ing barata hore like yo, s'dodla se le sa papa. You know, ke s'dodla se papang, ke s'dodla se se laleng smiley.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I think, and I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think big women or big girls sometimes do find the need to overcompensate because you have to be special.
Yeah, you have to stand out in some way.
You have to stand out, and like it can't just be your body that stands out. There has to be something else, you know, because if you look at it, even with pageants, like
already at a disadvantage.
I'm at it, so I have to be funny. So like I have to do something else, you know?
Jeez.
Yeah.
So then, who do we blame?
I don't know. Really? Like, do we blame the writers? Do we blame channel? Do we blame casting directors? You know, but I think we must blame each other, guys.
Yeah.
We have to blame everybody. Must
take
be
responsibility.
For something like that. You know. And even when I'm bringing it back to the context of our industry, you know, like your mom was a big woman and your dad is married to that person, you know. So when are we going to take away the stigma of saying we are not attractive and we are just funny, you know? And perhaps it's us who must write the stories and put those people at the forefront, but we can't still be there.
I agree. I think we can't still be there in the sense of the stories we tell and how they're represented. And having the privilege to study visual studies as one of my modules, which comes to, I don't want to say it's a counter argument per se, but there's this idea of media and how it perceives beauty and how it will always be there in a sense. And because it sells, because it's familiar, and because it is what it is. And I feel like it is very evident still in film. And it's very hard to take that away because of the business it represents, because of the familiarity of it all, right? Because I know, it's a big girl. She's probably not going to date anybody. Or she's the funny one. From the get-go, you already know.
Yeah.
And I think as people, even because, like you said, a lot of big people are placed in funny roles, where automatically when you see a big person, you're like, oh, it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she's funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yes, we do need to evolve, but I think for some reason, the visual element of it will always be there, unfortunately.
And I suppose, like, sometimes Channel just doesn't want to see a big woman in some of these risque scenes, right? Like, what does it also look like for a big woman to be intimate on screen?
Yeah, but maybe nobody's just, bold enough to challenge that.
Yeah.
To be like, actually, let's do it.
Yeah. And let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Let's have
yeah.
a big woman play stripper. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to what I was saying, visually.
An audience.
Yeah. Audience. Yeah.
Audience, because even, and you're right, like it's beauty standards, right? That's what it is. It's just beauty standards. And I suppose Channel or the commissioning editor knows what works. They know what the audience apparently wants, because I don't believe in that narrative. I'm like, if you give the audience a product that's good enough, the audience will watch the product.
Yes. This has to be packaged well.
Yeah, because for example, these big women that I'm speaking about, we saw that representation, Koshaga Ilembe.
Yeah.
We saw representation of those big women, but why can't we see them? Why is it only appropriate when it's a cultural thing?
You're cooking. But, that's actually a chat, because I feel like even in just SA as a whole, we borrow a lot from the West, if we're being honest. So maybe that's what we need to be looking at, about how do we stay true to our stories. I'm not saying we can't borrow, but how do we stay true to our stories in context?
Sure.
Because, I think even when you look at the action films we produce, some of them are like, yeah. But you just fuck apartheid and you think it's fine.
Yeah.
But guys,
like,
that wouldn't fly here. Though.
Yeah.
Jiggy kanza.
And you're like, when? Yeah.
So I think it's a context thing. But I think that's a chat we've always had, though. I don't think it's the first time we're speaking about it here. So many podcasts, so many individuals speak about it. But I get frustrated. It's like our politics.
Yeah, it's our politics.
We talk.
But nothing happens.
Yeah.
No, but listen, I'm going to say it here on your podcast. Guys, I'm going to write a story. I'm currently writing a story. And you're going to see the representation of the big woman, because it's important for that story to be told. And not just for me, right? But like for maybe my younger self, for my little sisters who look like me and want to be a part of this industry. Because I think like we have to do it ourselves. Yeah. We have to do it ourselves, So that's what I'm saying. Wash out.
Yeah. But I think that's what it has to be.
Yeah.
Is the people with the ideas need to do something about it. So if you're the person who says, I think there needs to be representation in this sense, do it. Make it happen.
I'm on it.
But even speaking about representation,
yes.
I don't know even what my question is with that. But we'll come back once I find it.
Gotcha.
But it's fine. Have you actually experienced, though, like any issues within the industry, quote unquote, being a big woman?
Yes.
Really?
Like I've lost jobs because Channel doesn't want to see a big woman be intimate on screen. I've lost a job, and that was the response I got. And like it's like, what must I do with that? Okay, but I went to the auditions. I went to callbacks.
So, damn.
Yeah.
Like you would have gotten the job, it's just...
Yeah, and then I saw the girl that got the job.
Petite.
Yeah, but then like when I go back to my audition tape, I'm like, guys, come on. Like,
let's be real.
You know what I mean? Like just because I don't have a small waist,
Yeah.
So it's happened to me. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I know that it happens to so many other girls. It definitely happened to me. And it hurts. Like that thing is so painful. When someone says to you, oh no, it's just because, girl, you're a stufuza. And because you're a stufuza, you don't make the cut, But I think like, then what does it mean? Like, what does that do to the arts?
Yeah.
Because I'm just here to tell a story, right? I'm here to tell a story. We are vessels of the truth as performers. And if you're going to pick a performer with perhaps better followers because she's got a big booty, and she's cute.
Yeah.
But performance. Because that's where I am. I'm like, we must talk about performance, guys. We must talk about performance. Performance must be the first thing, unless in a brief it is clearly stated that we are looking for someone
who
looks like this. But if it's just a come and do your thing, and it goes as far as I got 2 callbacks. I went to the callbacks. Everybody was happy. I was happy. And I had gotten the job. I had signed the contract. I got the job. I went to a script reading. Everything.
Table
2 days
read.
before, I'm supposed to get my call sheet.
Yeah.
That's
insane, dude.
Yeah.
That's really insane.
Yeah. And it's like, what are you going to do? Really, what are you going to do? You can't do anything. But what does that even mean for me as a performer? Where do I get the confidence to come back?
Yeah.
Because some people, that's the end.
That's
right? You're like, bye.
9 to 5 way. Life.
Yeah. Or go back go pick and pay. Because I don't appreciate
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely happened to me. And it was tough. I mean, I remember after that, I didn't go to any auditions for quite some time because I was like, this ain't it.
Yeah,
this ain't it. And I'm also not one of those people, I'm not going to put myself on a diet and give anorexia for industry.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, that's not healthy. Jeez. But obviously with that comes a lot of, like you said, mental gymnastics of, do I really want to pursue this? Yes, no, maybe. And with everything you've experienced, including that, how have you been able to be screw it, I'm going to come back and do my thing and continue pursue the dream?
Because there's nothing else I can do but tell stories.
Wow.
There's nothing else. This is one thing that I'm able to do with my eyes closed. Just give me a script and give me a couple of minutes and I'll give you a monologue. You know what I mean? But there's nothing else I can do, Bokang. I am here to tell stories. That is my mission. This is what God sent me here to do, because I've had so many moments where I'm like, I'm done. And every single time I'm like, I'm done, someone calls me. There's something that comes specifically for me to say, you're not going anywhere, girl. And I think I'm also at the point where I'm like, if it doesn't happen to me, who must it happen to?
Sure.
If it doesn't happen to me, who must it happen to? Right? We romanticize this idea of being performers. And in whatever medium, we really romanticize it. But it's hard.
Yeah.
And there's challenges, right? And if it's not, I'm not getting a job because of how I look, it's something else. But if you know for a fact that God whispers something in your ear and your ear alone, and he says, this is what you're meant to do, you see it through, no matter how hard it is. I fight. I've been fighting for my life. But I know that I deserve to be here, and I'm not going to be stopped by what, a commissioning editor says or what channel says, because I think I'm also in the point in my career where I want to have a conversation about copyright. I want to have a conversation about royalties, right? Because musicians live off their royalties. As actors, we don't have royalties. And for us to get to a point where we're having a conversation about royalties, we must have a conversation about intellectual property, right? And it's hard. Finding funding is hard.
Yeah.
But one thing about me, I believe that Mudimu Harwalika rainbows.
Yeah.
And for as long as you write the story, you'll find the funding.
I like that.
Yeah.
You reminded me, and you said actually before we started, that in this industry, because I was having an interview with one of my mates, it's like, you really just have to be delusional.
Yeah.
You just have to wake up and be like, you know what, every day,
yeah.
It's going to happen, this thing.
I don't know how. I don't know when.
It's going to happen.
But we're on our way. Yeah. And God. And I never used to be a God person, especially out loud, right? Because I didn't even know what that meant. But when I made the decision to say, you know what, God, I'm not going to do anything else but do this thing that you have called me to do. There's always a way. Like, and like, I am an artist. There's nothing else I do. You know, my bills are paid. Opportunities come to me, right? So, like, Bokang, and a way will always be made. A way will always be made. You have to stay true to yourself, and you must have an honest conversation. You know, you have to have an honest conversation with yourself, because I think some people just do it for clout. And there was a time where I thought I was doing this thing for clout, you know, because you go to auditions, nothing happens. But when you sit with people in spaces and people experience you, they're like, I'm no dope, you know, like a star. And you're like, okay, but a star, and then?
Yeah.
Like what?
And then what?
You know, like a star, but where's the opportunity? But the opportunity will find you. Like, the opportunity will find you. I think that's one thing that I'm rooted in is spirituality. Like, I trust God with everything inside of me. You know, like, I trust him. I trust that he will keep his word. He's going to do what he said he's going to do. And even when those little, you know, those little trickles of doubt hit me, I know that, like, that's just the devil, child. You know what I mean? And I'm also a human being.
Sure.
So I'm going to be doubtful. I am going to be scared. But, like, I know the conversation I have with God, right? And I think I was even having the conversation with you outside where I said, it's hard to be an artist and be unsupported, especially from home. But I know for a fact that it's not their dream.
Sure.
It's my dream. It's a conversation that God has with me. So I don't need the next person to believe it. I need to believe it, right? They here for their own thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You need to honor the dream.
Yeah, it's for you.
Yeah.
It's your mandate, Baba. Can't judgment day. But
and then
no, because no one believed in me. No.
Left.
Yeah, like,
that way.
You wasted our time. Yeah.
Crazy. No. But, like, even with all that you're saying, and I feel like a lot of artists, or not a lot of artists actually, but a lot of actors actually really, a lot of artists say what we do is a very spiritual thing. Like, it comes from a deeper place. That's why, from the most part, we're kind of crazy because we have such a faith in the things we do. Money, no money. Right? And I want to know from you, with all that you've experienced, you're looking at so many other young people who, like, want to pursue these things. They go to school for it. They make sacrifices for it. And what's one thing you've learned that you would like to, like, just share with them and be like, hey, yo, this is what I've learned. Here's my advice.
What I learned is don't do it.
Damn.
Like,
that's so real.
That
is so real.
Yeah.
That is so real.
Yeah, like, don't do it unless you really know that you need to be here. But I think,
don't do it, guys.
Yeah, like, don't do it. But, like, I have to unfortunately go back to the God thing, right? Like, trust God, dude. Stories find me, right? Like, when I receive a brief, every single job I've gotten, whether someone has called me or whether I've had to go the formal way of going to auditions, stories find me exactly where I am. So I'll read the script and I know I got the job because I'm reading what I'm going through right now.
Sure.
Right? So, like, it's just God. Just trust God. Don't stop. Like, don't stop. It's your responsibility to hone your craft. No one's going to do it for you. So if you have that extra money to spare, go to a vocal lesson. You know? Go to a breathing lesson because it's breath, right? Like, go do something.
Yeah.
Do something and put yourself out there. No matter how insignificant you think it is, it's important. Because, like I told you outside, my aunt said to me, it's not going to happen, sweetie, when you're in your house.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You need to be where the artists are. You need to be having the conversations, you know, and stretch yourself. Because I think Sibu said it too. We hide behind that one talent we know we're good at.
Sure. Yeah, he did.
We know we're good at that talent. I'm like, okay, cool. I perform, you know. But who are you? Like, what else do you have? Because talented people don't just have one talent.
Yeah.
You know, even when Sibu said, I'm a businessman, he unlocked my mind. Because I was like, hey man,
What do you mean?
we are struggling artists because we don't want to have the business conversation.
Wow.
We don't want to have the business conversation. I just want to be an actor. But you can write. You're interested in directing.
Wow, yeah.
Right? You have a voice. You're a podcaster. You know, because the internet has really made it easy for us.
Yeah.
It's made it so easy for us. But it's finding
That thing.
And that's what I'll say to people who are thinking of getting into the industry is try everything.
Wow.
Try every single thing. And you'll find you'll find your niche, but don't box yourself.
I like that. Oh, Kopano, unfortunately we don't have much time.
Of course.
Unfortunately. But we really need to do a part 2, 3, 4, 5 very soon. Yeah. But I think the biggest thing that I really wanted to get out of this for me was just having industry chats. Because I feel like I'm actually doing this episode for the kids in my class. So they're going to get the link, really. Okay. Because I feel like a lot of them, not just them, but a lot of people who want to pursue this thing, we just get so stuck in a plan of sorts, and we don't really know the intricacies of the career we want to go into. Not just actors, just I think in general. Like even if you want to go into business or you want to be a lawyer, you don't know the intricacies of what it takes to get there. And it saddens me because I have conversations with people and it's like, it's not that simple, my sister. I mean, the plan is there and it can work, but it's really going to work for 3% out of the, unfortunately. And you just have to assume you're in the 97. I'm sorry. So I think it's important to just highlight a few things. And I feel like there's so much we could have highlighted in terms of industry. But I feel like what you wanted to speak about, because it was more personal to you, about being a big person in the industry, was just to show that, bro, there's some stuff about you that you just need to deal with and accept, so that when you come into the industry, it's not a slap to your face and be like, whoa, but guys, I can't change that. And then now you get disappointed or whatever the case might be. But you understand that you're okay within yourself and you understand why you're doing this. And I hope out of everything we said and what we've spoken about, that people get that. That even actor or not actor, just wherever you go in life, there are things you will just not be able to change about yourself. I'm sorry.
And let's search at the BBA.
Exactly.
You know, because I thought about it. I said, you know what, that turkey chat.
Yeah. Mara, at the end of the day, you don't have that 30,000 to go do that, most of us. So might as well just do the inner work for yourself and just be ready. So if there's anything I hope you got out of that, or out of this chat, is that. And before we end it off,
yes,
you got to do the things. You got to write in the book of the icons. You're on get.
Yes.
And in the book of the icons, you first have to answer the question that the last guest wrote.
Get out of dyslexia.
But you see, actors, that's how I school, man.
Sakonobala.
Kitlabala electromi. Iri, if you had a YouTube channel, what would it be about? That's funny, actually.
I already have a YouTube channel, right? I already have a YouTube channel, although I haven't been on the YouTube streets in quite some time because I've been going through it, you know what I mean? And when you're going through it, please, leave YouTube alone because you're going to lie to people. But I think it would be what it is now, which is just the journey of actively chasing your dreams. Because I want to see it. And that's why I have a YouTube channel, because I want to go back when things are tough. And be like, oh, no, but we were there. So we're just moving through this tricky time. That's it. That's what my YouTube channel is
Can
about.
I ask a follow-up? What would be a different niche you'd want to tap into?
I think I like this. I like this a lot.
Okay.
I like this a
lot. But you're very natural at it, so it makes sense. Genuine. Yeah, please.
I think I like this. I like this thing of having conversations.
Wow.
I truly, truly do like it. And maybe like if nigga have a boyfriend there, nigga have a like boyfriend channel,
Yes.
couple, you know, manifest. I would never do that.
Yeah, I hear that. No, count me out.
Even
I told my people, if you want to see anything, any content, it's really just going to be a hand. Good story.
No, I'm not even gonna put my hand.
Legit.
Nope. I don't want a hand. I don't want a toe. I don't want a back. Nothing.
You'll never identify them.
No, like you'll catch him in the streets if I'm with him.
Sure.
But it's
Yeah, no, social media scary place. Scary place. Maichomi,
yes.
before we wrap it up, any shameless plugs that you want to give the people? What's coming? What can you expect from the superstar?
Oh, guys, a lot is coming. Lena, Level TV. Patela the subscription. All streaming platforms.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But like that, Patela subscription. You know what I mean? Patela subscription. Or level superstar because there's a lot coming and it's just God.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So what she's trying to say, for those who don't understand, she can't speak about it now.
NDA.
Watalahanya. So just keep on the lookout. Follow her in the social media.
It's Kopano_Mashike everywhere.
If you didn't catch that, it's in the description below.
Yes.
I thank you because I'm kind.
Yes.
Watalahanya. Remember the name.
Yeah.
Remember the story.
Remember the face.
Walala wasala. Dango is thank you.
I love
Ma'am,
that.
thank you so much. Now it's your time.
Okay.
I hope your dyslexia doesn't transfer when you write.
Oh, please.
But thank you so much for coming, my sister.
Thank you.
Really, this was a privilege. And I really genuinely want to have more conversations with you. Because, my sister, like you touched my heart in so many ways. And I don't think you understand from the moment I met you with everybody else that I met on that day. Like, when I say you guys opened up my mind and gave me game to push my dreams in the industry and approach my auditions in a different way. I don't think any of you have the slightest idea what you did for me that day. I don't think even this podcast would be here because that's how much it impacted me. So for that, I want to say thank you. And I want to thank God for just allowing me to have this conversation. And really, when you send me the message, you're like, bro, let's cook. I was like, God.
Yeah, I was like, why haven't you called me?
I was so happy because from the get-go, you and so many of the people we met that day, I was just like, if I could just tap into more of the game you guys put me on, tap into just more conversations, it'll just be an honor. And for me to actually have this relationship with you, I'm going to treasure it. I'm going to
please
put it here. You have a special place.
I'm going to present the Bachelor South Africa because I'm still there.
Born.
Yes.
Born.
Yes.
Bokang's Finding Love.
Thank
the
you.
Host.
What the most?
Thank
Thank you so much for having me,
Thank you
Bokang,
so much.
really.
And if you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe. And Bon, if you want Kopano to be here, comment hang, do the right thing, and you just might see her in a few more episodes.
Yes,
yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's been lovely. It's been great. Until next time, Danko is thank you.
Love
Shoot.
that.